When I think of the greatest news headlines of all time, men walk on moon, the Berlin Wall falls, and now Keeper posts accruals. That's right, our friends at Keeper are now releasing their greatest product yet, Keeper Accruals. It transforms a tedious, spreadsheet-heavy process into a streamlined, structured, and audit-ready process that's built right into your month-end close. Eliminate the manual calculations by automating accrual entries with intelligent rules and customizable schedules. You can increase your audit confidence every time because of an entry tied with source data and a complete recognition timeline. Work faster by managing, reviewing, and posting all your accruals directly from the Keeper close page. No extra tools or tabs needed. I've been playing with this for weeks, and the guys and gals over at Keeper are on to something new that's going to change the industry forever. And if you sign up at least 10 clients in September, you will get 20% off their new scale package going forward. Head on over to keeper.app and give it a try. Welcome to Unaccountable, the world's okayest accounting game show podcast for product news, updates, and education. I am your fluffy fella of a host, Tyler Otto, and I'm joined by the Dad Bod Deluxe, Jeremy Van Grohl. Hello to you, sir. How is it?
Hello, I am well, but I feel your fluffiness. So we talking in our group of some friends and I that started a fitness challenge because of the Dad Bod Deluxe. And I'm doing 75 hard and it's taxing and it's taking the little motivation I have to do business things and sucking it, but it's also good and something I need to do. So just a lot of things. So if I'm not my normal, cool, composed self today, I'm going to blame that.
Well, in order to mitigate your lack of enthusiasm, I don't know if you noticed, but one of our friends somehow got the link to our recording studio, and I have not figured out how to kick her out. So it looks like Kirstin Reeder's joining us for all of today. We'll have to get a new link next week, man. Welcome to the show, Kirstin.
I'll find you again.
Yeah. Stalker, stop. Hey, welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, welcome back.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe your ratings will improve this week again.
You know, there's only one direction they can go.
How could they get any better? Oh, wait, yeah, the other way. We're going to have to start making 5-time guest shirts or something like that for you and Ben Stein once we get everybody in.
Oh, or like the jacket like they have on SNL?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was thinking just a punch card for a free froyo on your 10th visit or something.
Yeah, that's a better idea. We're on a budget.
Jeremy, what do we got in the news this week? Because if you have something written out here and I have no idea what you're talking about.
I probably don't either, but there's a lot of governmental type stuff happening right now. So I don't know if you today they decided to decrease the Fed funds rate after the meeting. So kind of funny.
We're recording on the 17th, just so everyone knows.
So funny how they tied in that the leader or the director of the Bureau and Labor of Statistics got fired, and suddenly some of the data in the past changed. And then what do you know? The Fed funds rate got dropped.
It's a miracle.
Right. This is not a coincidence. Ugh.
No, but it might mean good news for some clients if they get to refi, and you might see the short-term rentals start coming back and a couple new people opening business. I mean, as long as things are changing, opportunity. So I'm not going to complain about it.
Yeah, stock market should pop, right? See if that takes fruition. Okay, that was the first one. Second one, a couple other things. IRS announced that they are going to phase out paper checks by the end of September.
I knew they were phasing it out, but they've committed to September?
That's what they put out there in the world, that they're going to stop putting the checks out there as of September 30th. Reducing paper checks is going to reduce fraud and theft and remove delays that prevent hardworking Americans from receiving their vital payments.
You know what else it would do? And this is purely me speculating, but I have an opinion here. If you cut down on the ability to send paper checks and an ACH bounces, they'll just list it in your portal as you have money sitting there, and they'll just happily sit on it until you reach out to them, and they're just going to collect the interest. So this is also a great way for them to just sit on money. I'm not saying I've read that anywhere. That would be my opinion.
That was my first thought as well. because I have clients that they'll receive a random, refund check for, and it's sometimes it's legit, sometimes it's not, and they're like, "Oh, free money," and they cash that sucker.
Yeah. And I mean, this happens with clients all the time. Maybe bank account they use to get their refund last year, they've closed down that and switched to another bank. Well, now that will be a
Mhm.
invalid ACH credential. So the IRS can just sit on that money until you come a call in to collect it because they ain't issuing it to anybody.
But here's my other thought or to consider on this one is that like people need to go and like get an ACH account or something on file with the IRS to get this money, right? Like it's talked about, you have to talk to a federal agency or make sure you enroll online at godirect.gov or call the Electric Payment Solution Center at this number. And I'm like, oh man, all these are bad options. Like you know me, I hate checks in all forms, right? I want to do everything ACH, but just trying to make sure you get the information in their system right on that, that's gonna be painful.
But I think that's where Tyler's exactly right.
Oh yeah, right. They're gonna sit on the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then we get back to all of FinCEN and the beneficial owner, right? Now they can tie you to a bank account. So like there's also just I'm not saying that's why, because paper checks are inefficient and they cost money. So it is honestly a good business decision. I'm just saying there's several other things that come out of this that I think are unintended, very beneficial consequences for them.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I have one more. Yeah.
Ooh.
Our president then also tweeted suggesting that, subject to SEC approval, companies and corporations should no longer be forced to report on a quarterly basis, but rather on a 6-month basis. This will save money and allow managers to focus properly on running their companies. So think about the 10 Qs that are required for the SEC, proposing to only do those twice a year. Like, oh god, if I'm a stockholder or anyone else, I think like this is such a terrible idea. But if it goes through too, you have less accounting demand, right? Because you're taking away a little bit of the work. I don't know. Every part of me hates that idea.
But wait, is this like actual, like, I don't even know what you would call this, legislation or just like guidance, the SEC, or is this just a tweet?
It was just a tweet.
Okay. Then never mind.
Yeah, right. But just like, that's a bad idea. Ugh, okay.
Very
I'm
much
done.
so. But can I bring up one other one that actually is a bill right now? And, Kirstin, you're the one that emailed this to me, was the HIRE Act, which is the Halting International Relocation of Employment Act, because everything needs to have a good acronym. But this sucker from a senator in Ohio, Moreno, it's a bill that would put a 25% excess tax on any outsourcing payments to overseas workers. Jeremy, what industry do we know and love that's hiring a lot of overseas staffing and labor to fill a labor shortage?
All of them, but definitely the accounting industry.
I mean, Kirsten, thoughts? You were the one that sent this to me. Like, tell me about the blood boiling rage you went into when seeing this.
That's a bit much. But I feel like so his goal in all of this is to protect American workers from outsourcing by disincentivizing US companies from chasing cheaper wages and hiring foreign workers, which in our industry, that's not the problem. The problem is that you've got the tax industry, for example. I mean, I'm not even going to talk about bookkeeping really, but when it comes to tax preparers, there's a shortage already. So the problem isn't that we're looking to offshore people. uh, we're trying to outsource and hire offshore workers. It's not because we want to save money, it's because we can't find preparers who are qualified in the US because they're retiring, they're dying. That I had somebody reach out to me because the tax preparer died and they are offloading all of their clients. This is a real problem. They're dying, they're retiring. They are saying, to heck with this industry. I'm getting out. I don't want to do this anymore. And then on the other end, people aren't coming in to fill those positions because not enough people are coming up through the ranks, because let's face it, that's not everybody's dream, is to kill themselves in, the first 4 months of the year. So there's like a multitude of problems and causes behind this worker shortage, and causing companies who are trying to find help to pay more for said help is not going to solve the problem, at least not in this industry. I don't know about other industries, fine, but in our
But it's
industry,
applicable to us.
yeah. Oh, it's very applicable to us.
Well, really, all this is just tariffs 2.0. This is labor
Yeah.
tariffs, right? Because instead, now we're outsourcing the labor, 25% excise tax, not excess, sorry, on outsourcing. But the other thing here is no tax deduction for the payment period.
Right.
So
Right.
not only are you getting hit on the 25% tax, you don't get to deduct the wages of those employees from your income at all.
What's going to happen then is, say me, I have one outsourced worker, and now I won't actually be affected by this, but let's say I was hiring somebody direct. Fine. If I had to pay more and not get the tax deduction, so I'm disincentivized from hiring them. But here I am, and I'm like, but I still can't find anybody. So either way, I'm going to have to pay more, either to pay somebody way more than I pay myself, or pay more to hire somebody offshore. Guess whose fees are going to have to go up even higher as a result?
It's not us that's going to pay for it.
Yeah. Just like the tariffs, right? It's going to go down to the customer sooner or later.
Yep.
It's like, I understand what his goal is, and I know that he's not targeting the accounting industry.
Yep.
But when it comes to the accounting industry, this is not the solution to a problem.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Next time, if you could just play into the fact that you're really raging out on this, it'd be good for the listeners. Thanks. Like, just go with it, Kirstin. Quit fighting it. It's fine.
Jeremy, what do you got today?
All right, should we start our first game then? We're all over the place. Perfect. All right, I got kind of an interesting one here. And Kirstin, this is going to be you in the spotlight here, because we like throwing our guests the spotlight. What I'm calling pricing perspectives. So we have not talked a lot about pricing, right? We've talked billing, we've talked some other things. We haven't gotten really digging into pricing models, stuff like that. So I'd love to talk about it a little bit more. So I'm going to ask you some questions about Jeremy and Tyler's pricing, and you're going to guess based on that. So because I'm a kind host, I only give 50-50 questions.
Okay.
Yeah, how about you give that generosity elsewhere?
Yeah, right before we hopped on here, Tyler's like, "Oh, I give you easy questions, and you give me like, what is the pi to the 12th decimal?" Yeah, all that stuff. Okay, so first one, let's dive into these. And you may like, no secret, Kirstin does a lot of my client taxes. So you may have some insider knowledge on my side, but maybe not. We'll see. See if that plays in your favor. So let's start with the first one. All the questions are going to be either Jeremy or Tyler. So those will be your answers. All right. So starting with pricing. Does Jeremy or Tyler offer packages to their clients?
Tyler.
Perfect. Right. So he does. So let's talk about that. Tyler, what are your packages? Give you a brief overview on them.
So, we're talking, again, most of my income comes from monthly bookkeeping services, right? Like that's my big cash cow. Yeah, we do gold, silver, bronze. Not original, but essentially, I'm a big believer in price anchoring. So I want to give them a package that they're like, holy smokes, that's expensive. And then we walk them down to a silver, which is what I would kind of prefer they sign up to. But if they want to go cheap and they know they signed up for cheap and they won't get their financials till the 30th of the next month, and I can really put them on the back burner, then there's a cheap option. So And the gold has a whole lot of bells and whistles, and it's 1.8 times the price of the bronze.
And each of these though have a set price.
It's actually, I do the calculations based on volume, number of transactions, bank account statements, and then it's a multiplier 1.25 to get to the silver and 1.8 to get to the gold. And there's a few other add ins, what we do for reporting and whatever else. But that's how I come up with the prices is it starts at bronze and then multipliers to get up to those higher tiers with earlier deliverable dates and better reporting and metrics and all that jazz.
So you don't publish how much each one is, or do you put like starting at or something on your webpage?
Honestly, I put nothing out there. I say, hey, you got to talk to me. And then I tell people, when I talk to clients in sales calls, my line is always, I've got clients all over the gamut in pricing. One's up to 10,000 a month, all the way down to 950 a month and everywhere in between. And again, I always start with that high number to freak them out. And then I bring it down to the bottom and they're like, okay, well, 950 is not nearly that bad. And it's the same thing when I sell. The column order of when you see the proposal prices, gold is the first one you see and you get sticker shock. And then you see like, oh, silver and bronze, cool.
And see, I'm okay with it. So we don't do it, but I always hated like they would put a set price for these services on their website on how much it is. And I'm like, what if you have a really small business is super easy or like one that's ridiculously hard? You're going to lose your ass on that. So, okay. But we do like a la carte, right? So we services, we price them. We have some standard pricing. We'll probably get to that a little bit more. But then like bookkeeping itself, we do and look at the statements and try to get as much background information to price that accordingly.
What does our guest do?
Yeah. What do you do, Kirstin?
Oh, I'm a hot mess.
Do you have a dartboard and you just
Where when it comes to bookkeeping, we do have packages. We are in the process of changing up those packages. And then when it comes to taxes, if they're an entity, we are moving toward sort of a monthly package type of scenario for 1040s or something like that, or like a 990. It's just kind of a one and done type of thing. We're in the process of changing things though.
starts out with a win? Good honor.
Yeah, I like it. All right. So monthly bookkeeping,
Okay.
minimum price, minimum advertised price. Who's higher, Tyler or Jeremy?
Oh, Tyler.
Tyler's higher. So
I thought you were going to ask me a number, and I'm like, whoa, I
But I
don't
have the
know.
smaller firm, so maybe I'm doing something wrong. Jeremy's got a bigger firm than me.
maybe you're doing something right though. If you check margins,
But you have different clientele.
It's true.
Yeah.
so advertised minimum, you already talked about it. You alluded to it. It's $950. You put out there, right? Talk about your call. We put ours out at $495, right? And
Oh,
we
wow.
work with smaller organizations. It still feels small. However, so we're just testing this out now. I don't do the sales calls anymore. I have a salesperson that does all that, right? And he asked me, he's like, can we take off the minimum number on our onboarding form? And I'm like, I hate this. Convince me. He's like, I want a chance to talk to everyone and see if I can get them to at least our minimum point and like tell them why the value is going to be there and all of that. And I said, go ahead. Go first. Yeah, give me the feedback.
I hate that.
Okay.
I hate that because I'm sorry. So we had one client that, I did a sales call a week or so ago, and she tried to pitch me on the vision. She's like, my last accountant, we're starting up this business, but like, they would just take my $600 every year and do my tax return, but they never gave me advice or anything else. And part of me is like, okay, 600 is pretty reasonable actually. And if you're doing a business return, that's actually cheap, but okay. And she's like, and I can't afford these, 900 a month, but I'm looking for someone that's smart that, sees that, if I grow this business, they're going to help me. And, eventually we'll work our way up to that 950 a month. And, maybe they even help me sit on some meetings with some investors and help me do all that. And it's just like, and you want me to sign on for all of this to get to my minimum? Like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want people that like, I'm going to try and convince to get to my minimum. I want people that are at my minimum to say no. Because my average client's $1,900 a month. I want more of those. I don't want more 950s.
I kind of agree. I actually had a prospect one time. So on my questionnaire, like when they schedule an appointment with me, I asked them what their budget is, or I did it one time. I don't remember if I have that question on there anymore because of this situation. I said, what is your budget? And she said $100 a month for a tour client. So there's like all sorts of like job costing and all this other stuff that goes into tours. And I was like, I pretty much ignored that because I thought she has absolutely no idea about any of this at all. And so we went into the call and she got mad at what I quoted her, which was not high at all. It was like 300, 350, and she was livid. And I think it's because she did not already know going in what to expect. And so I feel like if they don't already have an idea and if they're just like whatever their budget is, I don't know that it'll go well. I feel like they need some sort of anchor, something.
And can I also raise one other question to you all? But in your experience, if you have your minimum, Kirstin, I don't know what your minimum is. Jeremy, who's usually more needy and expects more prompt responses? Your 2,000 a month client or your 495 a month client? Who's usually
495 for sure. Always.
I've heard this a lot. Ours is not. Right. Like ours is like we have ones at the top of our echelon that are uber needy with things by far. And here's where I'm going to challenge this, right? And we saw this. It was either in the High Maze Group Bookkeeper launch or something where somebody put this out there. Everybody goes out there and celebrates that I got a $5,000 a month client, but nobody celebrates like, hey, I got a $500 a month client. And because you could just knock those out so quickly if they're the right client, right? You're always gonna have pain in the butts at every level, right? And I get this, and you're gonna have a lot of things. But to me, if I give a 500, we have several of these where we charge them our minimum, and it's like an hour, if that a month. And we just like one of our highest margin ones is because we have a bookkeeper who is fantastic, accountant who's fantastic at this, and she's like, "Oh, it's another little one, yeah, give it to me." And she just like in an hour, she has them done. People love her, all that, and probably our most profitable employee if I look at everything. So I'm like, okay. So
maybe nonprofits are different.
Yeah, because there's a lot. I mean, if you've got a $5,000 nonprofit client, there's a lot that goes into that.
Oh yeah.
I feel like too, it's their attitude about the minimum. Like,
right.
Are they coming into the call like, I might be able to swing that, and they're already like feeling the, I was really kind of hoping for less. Or are they like, oh yeah, $3,000? Okay. It's that type of attitude that also distinguishes between how needy they are.
Wholeheartedly agree. One client that we signed, it was like, well, okay, I guess we can do your minimum, but we're going to use this software, this new software called Ramp, and it should make everything much easier for you guys. So do you think you can take some money off for that? I'm like, no, like we recommend Ramp, but no, it's not going to reduce it. Well, we're going to do all the coding in Ramp, so you guys won't have to do anything. I'm like, okay, so the price is going to go up. I have to review your coding. Like,
yeah, totally agree.
Charge double then.
Yes, right. It definitely is going up from there. So yeah, I don't know what. Here's the other thought on this, just for like team management and building. This was an idea presented to me by someone on our team that he would like to try, and I'm like, go try it, right? But you need to track all the calls. You need to get the quality of them. We need to see what you're closing, what you're not, and the amount that they are. But like, I have no problem if you want to try this because like we want to foster new ideas and try new things. So I'm interested. I also think yes, the nonprofit world is different. I don't think we work with a lot of people that get mad about those things. They'll say like, "Oh yeah, we're not there," and they'll be like, "Yep, it's not the right fit for us." But I also think it, like we talk about it and hopefully sell it well in our conversations that like these are all the good things that we do, and we can track your grants and we can do all that stuff. So even if they're not a fit, they remember us first of all because our name is super easy. But if they would talk to somebody else and be like, "Oh, I had a call with these other guys. They were a little expensive for me, but if you're really looking for this." So I think that has happened more than once as well, where we've been like, we're too expensive, but they've passed us along to somebody else that worked out.
I have like a whole 8-minute conversation I'm ready to have in my head about why it's different between nonprofit and not big versus small. We should have this another day because we ain't got time for it. But I think I figured it out. So some other day, Jeremy.
Epiphany. Yeah, we're not going to have time to finish this one. Let's just do one more, and then we'll come back to this sometimes. I think it's a really good conversation, which is why I wanted to have it. let's go. Cleanup work. Who is more expensive, Tyler or Jeremy?
Am I allowed to ask a clarifying question?
I suppose you will only get half credit, though.
I'm wondering if either or both of you, do you charge a set price for cleanup or do you have a retainer with like an hourly fee?
Mine is a calculated price at
Okay.
the
Based
moment
on
of
like an
proposal.
estimate. Okay. Okay. Is that what y'all do too, Jeremy?
We'll delve into that more, but let's say calculated price as well.
Then I'm going to say again, Tyler. Oh, okay.
Tyler, let's go through yours because yours was. I was reading it in a poor state of mind that I've been in last night where we shared this information. I'm like, do I fully understand this? I think so, but you go with yours.
Let's make it easy on you. So essentially, I go through and I do a proposal and I say, hey, your bookkeeping services are going to be $1,000 a month. Okay. You want me to go back and clean up prior months? Well, I will give you 65. I will do it for 1/3 off or 65%, right, of the normal monthly cost. So if you need me to go clean up 1 month, I'll do a historical month at $650. You need 2 months, that's $1,300. You need 3 months, that's $1,950 if I keep doing it. But it's basically I just give them 35% off, however much it would have been if they were my client in those months, because I get to go back and do it all. So it's just however many months times the rate times 35% off or 65% or where they are. But yeah, that's my calculation.
How many times do you feel you've gotten burned with that?
Almost never.
Almost never. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we do a similar thing, but I'm a little bit flexible on this. Is that we would do the same exact way that Tyler put it out there, but I've done a 10% discount and just said I'm going to take 10% off the price just because we can economies of scale, we can batch this, we can kind of hammer through things. However, yeah. So I actually don't quite. I think your discount is too high on that one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But I also get like $1,000 per client. When you're cleaning up 9 months of history and at $650, like it's usually easy to make that margin.
Yeah.
You know, if you're doing it at your minimum, $450 a month, you know, I don't know.
Your average client fee you said was like 16 or something.
I think I'm at 18 average client right now.
And I think we're at 13 or 14. So they're not that far apart.
Yeah.
With that stuff. So yeah. But I have also offered to Ben, like, if you want to do it hourly, we will. Like, and I'm just gonna charge you hours, but like that gets painful. But I've had that where I've looked at the books and decided to be like, well, it's probably not going to be that bad, and just do it hourly if I can get somebody on it, if I feel it. But then it's just me being generous to the client because they're a nonprofit too.
Is this involving cleanup or just catch up or both? Are y'all calling the same thing?
Ooh.
So they are materially different things, but yes, I call them the same thing in front of the client
Okay.
because my favorite adage, I don't remember who said it, but a cleanup is going back a catch up is just several months of work haven't been done and you're going back and just doing it. A cleanup is
Exactly.
wishing it was a catch up.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Yes. That's exactly it. So you just charge the same amount no matter
Yeah.
what it is, just
Yeah.
however far back we're going back to. That's okay.
Yep. And I make good margins on it usually.
And
Okay.
I'll say, yeah, that's good. We're kind of more talking. Well, I do a little effort. So catch up, I think, is what I was talking about. Clean up stuff. Like I tell people, if we have to go back and fix crap, that's hourly. Like I can tell from your book, you are not tracking grants right. We need to do stuff on that. That will be an hourly charge on top of what we're doing because we're fixing your old crap and getting it to new good stuff.
Not that it doesn't matter in a for-profit business, but in the nonprofit world, it
Bigger consequences.
really matters. Yes,
Yeah.
there's like
Higher
more
stakes.
severe yeah, exactly.
Plus, like the person that prepares our taxes gets crabby if they get crappy statements. Cool. All right. Next one. Okay, let's go to the next one. And this one, I think we talked about a little bit, and I'm going to frame this. So, like, hourly charge for hourly work. Whose fee is higher, Tyler's or Jeremy's?
Which person in the firm are we charging for? Are we charging for an hour of the principal's time or are we charging for an hour of like the regular old schmo.
So the way Jeremy asked me was, how do you price one-off services like revamping the chart of accounts?
Yeah, like hourly. Yeah.
So he didn't say my time.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
Nobody,
ooh.
Tyler and Jeremy aren't doing real work. It's fine. They're not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just someone on your team doing the work.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Jeremy.
We are priced the same.
Oh,
I'm still gonna give her a wing because Jeremy is.
yay.
So yeah, we're priced the same. We both do 150 an hour. And that, to me, that feels
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. I was like, hey, cool. I didn't even think about. We never talked about that, and we're at the same price. Cool.
Yeah.
But to your point, if you to schedule time with Tyler, I don't have this, but it's a great idea. If you want to schedule time with Tyler, you want to break that one down.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite things done because Kirstin, we were commenting about this in Marco Polo. The client will reach out and like, well, let's get Kirstin's thoughts, or let's get Kirstin in on this, or whatever. Clients do it all the time. Like, well, I want Tyler in on this meeting, or hey, I would love to talk to Tyler about this instead. They always want to give my account managers the runaround, even though the account managers ran the answer by me. It's like, yep, that's right. So instead of saying, nope, sorry, we can't help you or whatnot, my assistant, she'll automatically respond. She goes, hey, would love to get you on Tyler's calendar. Here's the link to book time with him. And it's a paid Calendly link at $3.50 an hour. And they can book that time whenever they want. And a lot of times they're like, actually, you know what? I'm good talking to the account manager.
Do they get charged as soon as they book it?
Yep. You can't book the time without paying.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have to pay to get on the calendar.
I like this.
I do this a lot.
Would you let me sign up for that for like snuggling time or something?
I mean, that's barter, but yeah, we can work through it.
Yeah, perfect. That's what she said. All right. Okay, next one. 1099 filings. Who's more expensive? Tyler, Jeremy.
Which year?
Oh.
20, your current, whatever you told me at the end, right? Not what the crap you were doing before. After you've gotten smarter.
If you sign a contract with Tyler Auto in 2025, there you go.
Yes.
Tyler.
I'm going to go yes, but this one's got a caveat.
Okay.
So, Tyler, why don't you say what you're doing in your 2025 contracts?
So nowadays it's $25 a 1099 is what we're going to charge you. It's in the contract. And then I have it listed in every contract that W9 collection every month is $100 off. But then in the walkthrough video, I say, because you're in the hotel space and we love you, we'll do that for free. And so it shows 100% discount. So like we're giving you free stuff. So for every client, as long as you're a hotel and we love working with that's all we do. W9 collection is free, but each 1099 is $25. That also used to be free, with the exception of just filing costs. Like I would bill you $5 or whatever. That was it. So sorry, Jeremy, go ahead.
No, that was a missed opportunity before you didn't charge for that, because that's work, right? I don't care who it is.
Because I would talk to you at the end of the year and you'd be like, oh man, thank goodness got to bill for 1099s and got that $8,000 in. And I'm like, I want that $8,000.
I did something right. Yeah. So ours, what we do is, I think you said you got this for me, but we charge $200 to do the 1099s and then $20 per filing.
Oh, okay.
And so I consider like the $200 a little bit of like the runaround through the year, but me, it's more like the analysis. Like we need to go through and get all the information together using our best friend's Keeper, because their 1099 process is awesome. Pull all that information together, which takes at least an hour or two, and sometimes track down straight to W9s, and then we do the filing fee at $20 an hour. So,
well, and one thing that I've run into whenever I've just charged like just a flat per 1099 amount is I do all this analysis and then, oh, wouldn't you know, I only had to do one 1099. And that was it, or none. Oh, look at that. They've all paid with credit cards. And so I did all this work for nothing.
The good news for me is hotel space, we've got so many 1099 housekeepers, maintenance crews, marketing agencies. Like I'm always going to get mine back. But I totally get it. If you're in a different industry, like, yeah, that's actually a really good point. Like maybe get paid up front.
all of those people you reference are legal working employees in the United States, correct?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay. All right, one to go. Like budgeting or forecasting services, Tyler or Jeremy more expensive?
Can I ask a question?
You're losing points, but yes.
Tyler. Are these services included in your packages?
No.
I would prefer if you'd stop talking about Tyler's packages.
Then I'm gonna go Tyler.
Yeah, that's pretty much correct. So let's talk about this one too. But you told me, Tyler, it's only currently in your CFO package. So I was going to call you out on this. So you said bronze, silver, gold, and now there's suddenly a CFO package.
Well,
What's going on there?
Well,
we use Anchor. We use Anchor, and there are optional services you can sign on for if you're in silver or gold, where you can increase the price. And you have to go to the gold base package to also then sign up for Frac CFO if you want it. Frac CFO, I do not offer anyone else in my firm's time other than my own right now. So that's $5,000 a month. And if you want budgeting and forecasting, it gets a day of the week from me. And I don't give you indefinite timing. Now, that being said, I love Reach Reporting's new budgeting module that they've really beefed up as of late. And I do want to start training a couple team members to be able to do this and then offer it at a cheaper rate once it's off my plate. But as of right now, no.
Can you train Jeremy how to use that better?
Probably.
And Tyler, your packages never stop, man. I love this.
The Infinite package.
I love that the CFO package is only available to those who buy other packages.
They have to buy the gold
Love
package
that.
to get
So you don't have
CFO.
like a bronze person saying, "Oh, I want the bronze, but I want the CFO stuff."
Here's another one you'll love. In my gold and silver package, you can use any payroll software you want, but if it's Gusto, I won't charge you any money. I'll just do it all. If you use any other software than Gusto, you pay $100 extra, but that's an option. On my bronze plan, you can't use another payroll software other than Gusto. There is no will support you in what you're doing. You have to use Gusto on bronze.
We've talked about that too, is like if you're not using our preferred tools and you want us to learn it, we should really throw an adder on there. Haven't done it yet, but yeah, thinking about it.
$100 extra to use any other payroll other than Gusto to work with us.
Yeah, I like
A month.
it. So I think you said you charge for that is $5,000 a year, right?
No, $5,000 a month that you want me as your Frac CFO.
Oh, okay. So that includes budgeting and stuff. So you're way more expensive. So nonprofits all need budgets. So like they have to have them.
Yep.
But we tell them like, if you were going to do the budget and you're going to do everything, I'm not going to charge you anything. Even I will be so nice as to, if you give us your budget, we'll put in QuickBooks and whatever, right? I don't care about that. But if you need us involved in the process, then we charge at least $250 a month because we are there. And then like what I say is like, we should be helping you create it. We know the assumptions. We can help you talk through like this variance is different from month to month. We know what went into it. If we're not part of the creation process, you gave us numbers. Or don't ask me questions on variances because we don't know what came into that.
Good question.
Yeah, cool. All right.
Is that it?
Yeah.
What was my score?
Yeah, Jeremy.
3.5. I don't know.
Do you want to make $10,000 today? Do you want to lose 20 pounds in the next month? Do you want to be well-liked and respected by all your peers? We can't help you with that. You've come to the wrong place. But if you do want to earn an hour of CPE credit for listening to this episode, right after you finish, head on over to the Earmark app, take a short 5-question quiz, and you earn 1 hour of CPE just for listening to us. Happy quizzing!
All right. And Jeremy, Kirstin, with that sound, we are way past halftime, but it is finally halftime. The part of the show where we go to the sidelines and take a bite out of an app. And Jeremy, am I allowed to do this week? Am I allowed to hijack this?
I think so, but I'm going to call out your contradiction when we're mid talk on it. So yeah, do it. I was all for this. Do it.
Well, help me out here. Can you do the teaser intro of our app snack today?
No. If you, as a wonderful accountant or bookkeeping firm owner, are struggling with your firm management, you need some help. What do you need to do? You need to talk to smart people who are on terrible podcasts, who have a lot of friends and spend way too much time in apps. This is your lucky day.
Thank you. Never mind, Ian. We can cut his intro. So today, okay. So for those of you who don't know, I frequently get asked from people, "Hey Tyler, do you do coaching? Do you do mentoring?" Now, first of all, I'm pretty sure the local Boys and Girls Club of Utah has me blacklisted because they don't want me mentoring any future people that are going to run this country. I should be no one's mentor. But that being said, I often get asked, how do I set up my firm? So a week from today, the day this episode launches, we will be launching the firm.foundation. Yes, the firm foundation. You go to thefirm.foundation, not thefirm.foundation.com or anything. That's the website. And I have taken everything on how I've built my firm, from sales process, pricing, automating the onboarding, to get everything you need from your clients, to putting it into Keeper, to handing off stuff to your staff, to training them. Tax flow workflows are coming. Hiring processes are coming. Everything on how I built my firm, we're throwing in here. And the cool thing is I've never built a course before. So I know that I'm going to need honest feedback from people I know and love. And so for the first 50 people that sign up, we are giving it to them for 75% off, the cheapest we can. But this has been something that we actually started on in February. It's been a lot of work. And actually, I have a friend who I hired that's helping me, that's sitting at a desk 8 feet from me right now, working on this course as we speak, because it has been heck to get it out. But we are excited to announce it. If you want details, if you want to be in the first 50, go to thefirm.foundation. Yeah, thanks for letting me hijack the podcast. Questions?
No, I looked at you. Finally, gave me an outline of it. It looks fantastic. And if we didn't give away all your pricing secrets already in the last segment, if you are struggling with anything with this, when I am struggling with something, my first call goes to Tyler and can usually be like, "Hey, did you think of this?" and put together something really cool. And I'm like, "No, I did not. That's a great idea." So yeah, if you have any doubts on how you're managing things or want some additional guidance on it, do it.
Awesome. All right. Well, I won't hijack anymore. But Jeremy, I'm actually going to skip one of my games because I really liked your pricing thing and I wouldn't give it for the world. I'll just tease the title and then Kirstin will know what she missed. But we'll have to do this a different week. It was a this or that. All it was is a this or that where I was going to read off 10 items and you had to tell me if it was either A, a tax form, or B, a droid from the Star Wars universe, or C, both.
That's a good one.
That'll be a future.
Yeah, we've been pushing that one for a couple weeks now. That's going to be a good one.
But you know what? We're out of time for that, so let's go into it.
Welcome to Fast Figures. 10 questions, 1 minute-ish. All answers are numbers. The game starts now.
All right, so I was trying to think of the perfect way to put together a game of Fast Figures that would incorporate both of you. And so, you know what? I created the perfect game. Yes, every question you will hear is about perfection. And we are going to alternate back and forth who gets to answer that question. So, I'm going to put a minute on the clock. Jeremy, what is a perfect score in the GMAT test, the Graduate Master Management Admissions Test?
Idea. I'm gonna go SAT score 1600.
Kirstin, what is a perfect Net Promoter Score?
1.
Jeremy, what's a perfect score in a bowling game?
300.
Kirstin, what's a perfect floor routine in gymnastics?
10.
Jeremy, lawyers taking the bar exam can hope to get what perfect score?
100.
Kirstin, what is a perfect score on the CPA exam? I know.
100.
Jeremy, what's a perfect score in a round of golf?
There's no perfect score in golf. 0?
Yes, there
No,
is.
a perfect score. No, I'm sorry. In a full round of golf, 18 would be a perfect score.
Kirstin, in a game of 501 in darts, exactly how many darts do you throw to get a perfect game?
Ooh.
10.
Jeremy, what's a perfect credit score?
850.
Kirstin, what's a perfect SAT score?
I gave you the answer, Kirstin. I gave you the answer.
I forget it already. 1600.
That was amazing.
Oh God.
Let's clip that, Ian. Just Jeremy answering it in question 1 and Kirstin freezing in question 10 with the answer already on the table. That was amazing.
I love it.
All right.
This is why you don't want to play games with me, because I'm not competitive.
Yeah, that's the only reason. All right, let's jump into this. Question 1, and I did not write down y'all's answers because I didn't have an assistant helping me, so you might have to help remind me. But what is a perfect score on the GMAT, Jeremy? You said something wrong. The answer was 805, which that's what you need to get into an MBA program. Jeremy, does the MBA mean anything anymore to like being an accountant? Like people putting that on their profiles? Does that actually signify anything in your opinion?
What kind of idiot chose 805 to be okay?
Someone that got an MBA.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Oh, I hated all of this. I hate
You
all of
both have your MBA, right? Do you, Tyler?
Nope, that's my undergrad, but yes, I do.
I have a master's degree. I don't think it's master's of business administration. It's yes, I do a master's degree. Here's my thought with this. I don't think it holds a ton of weight, other than the fact like you get anytime, even with like undergrad work. To me, like you have put the work in your life to do this, right? And I feel like anybody can do that, but it also like to do that and be a well-functioning adult is harder than not doing it. Right. So it challenges you to be able to accomplish a goal and put the work in to do it, to have it. And I think that speaks something. But honestly, I feel like you could have somebody who is a major in chemistry that could or a master's in chemistry that could do just as well if they really want to do accounting. Right. Yep. To me, it's the fact that you did it, not what you have, holds more weight.
I mean, fair enough. For me, it's always, well, it's one thing that differentiates you on that LinkedIn profile, but I don't know if I trust it holding much weight.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
So who knows if it helps, but I think we all agree it can't hurt.
Correct.
Kirstin, I asked you, what is a perfect net promoter score? You said 1. It's actually 100, or technically they say plus 100, because it ranges from negative 100 to plus 100. Now, for those of you who don't know net promoter score, that's usually just asking someone, would they recommend something or not, right? Like, do you recommend this as a great product, a great something? For us that use Gusto, we always ask our employees every month, do you recommend our firm as a great place to work, getting your net promoter? Do you guys track this at your firm as well?
I don't do this. We don't use Gusto.
Oh, well, you don't. Well, you can do, like, it didn't have to be the tool that you use it. Do you survey your clients?
Or your employees?
Or employees, yeah.
We are a disaster. So
there's a course for that. First of all, I'm gonna throw Kirstin a bone here and say she was talking in percents. That's why she went with 1, which would really go with 100. No.
There you go.
We used to survey our clients 4 times a year and have that built into our bonus program for our employees. I might have stole that from Tyler. And however, it was even with nonprofits, and we like so much of our emphasis is building on relationships. It would be like pulling teeth to get people to answer those questions and do the surveys. And to me, it did not feel like it was fair for me. If I can't get a client to answer the survey, how do I tie a bonus for an employee to that? So we still do this, but we do it once a year. It's actually going out in 2 weeks, I think, for us. And still very much want to do this. And I hammering into my team, poke them. I want their feedback. I want all of the information. If you need to tell them your compensation is still tied to it, fine. But I want these answers just to get honest feedback from clients.
I like it. Honestly, for me, it's one of the most important things, just knowing from my staff of, do they still recommend this as a great place to work? It honestly gives me more insights than anything else into my firm. So I'm a big fan. Yeah. 2 other perfect questions. Jeremy, I asked you what's a perfect bowling score. You accurately said 300. Well done.
Kirstin's bitter. She didn't get that one.
Yeah.
Well, but I couldn't give Jeremy the next one because Jeremy's got a kid that does gymnastics, so I'm not going to ask him about the perfect floor routine, which was a 10, unless Jeremy's about to correct us here.
Let me school you in this one.
I don't know if I want to.
Women's floor, you get a perfect score as a 10. Men's, you can get anything like my son has gotten 11.5. He's 11.9s. He wanted so much to
Show
get a
off.
12 this year. So it depends on, yeah, they are moving more away from that. And I believe the women's even is only in collegiate. I believe like professional. I could be wrong with that because I don't watch a lot of women's gymnastics, just the men's. But no, you can get over that in men's for sure. Women's floor is a
Interesting.
10 in collegiate for sure too.
So what is the perfect score in
I
men's
don't think
floor?
there is one. It's really like how much difficulty
Oh,
you have for all your skills, and then you're doing them right.
okay. So it's like a weighted score then?
Yeah. So like if your thing is at a 6 difficulty, you immediately get the 6 points, and then how do you, as long as you actually do all the skills and then actually perform them all, if you don't get deductions, you could get your performance
And
score.
Wow.
continuing on in an accounting podcast, the next
Uh.
question, and these two go back to back, but I asked Jeremy, lawyers taking the bar exam can hope for what perfect score? You said 100, which I'm sorry, it's actually 400. And I want to piggyback this because then I asked
Okay.
Kirstin, what's a perfect score on the CPA exam? She said 100. Because of rounding, I'm going to give it to her. It's actually 99 because why? Why?
What accountant
Why?
would do that? Oh, that's awful.
So, but all that being said, did you guys know that in extremely rare cases, the top 1% of lawyers get around a 330 on the bar exam with a max score of 400? Like, how much would you love to be in a profession where getting, what percent is that? I should probably be able to do math, but that's like 68% is the top 1% of all people. Meanwhile, though, I guess I shouldn't complain because passing on a CPA exam is 75 out of 99. So, I guess, but again, that's just passing. Top tier lawyers are getting 330s out of 400. Then again, it's easy for me to talk. I've never taken either test.
So like the top lawyers get like 83% on that. That sounds brutal. And then to pass the CPA, you need to get like 75%. Okay. I don't I don't know. There's so much more. Like you could say like the accounting world has so much information in it that you need to know. But I feel like lawyers, it's even above that, right? Because you kind of
Yeah.
got to know even accounting things to do that. And like what fields are you doing at? I would never want that job.
Yep. All right, we'll keep this rolling. Only a few left. Jeremy, perfect round of golf. You wanted to fight over the fact there is no perfect score in golf when
All right, there is, but like, there's no way.
still,
What is the lowest score ever happened in golf? It's not a perfect score.
I'm not saying it's ever happened, but a perfect score would be 18. Well done. And Kirstin, you're only one off. In a perfect game of 501 in darts, you throw 9 darts to get 501. I'd say with 10,
I don't even know what 501 darts
You don't?
is.
It's the best darts game. So all you do is you throw darts and you count down from 501. You have to get exactly down to 0. First one to do it wins. So you have to hit very specific things. You can't just blow past 0. You count down. Last ones I'll ask, though, because I want to bring these up. A perfect credit score, Jeremy, I asked you. You said 850. This was also a question we asked Mr. Mark Kohler like 2 weeks ago, so I'm very happy you got it. Jeremy, did you see that our favorite app, Monarch, now also tracks credit scores for you and your clients?
Oh, I did not see that. That's fantastic.
So as part of my gold package, right, I say I'm going to give you all this extra stuff. One of them is I give you a free subscription to Monarch for your personal finances. It costs me all of $14 a month, and you get a free personal finance app, and I included that in my 80% markup. So there's cool things, but then it also allows me to work with my clients on tax strategy because now I can see their net worth, their investments, income coming in, and now credit score live.
That was what I was going to say. Does it show you their credit score?
If I'm the one that kicked off their account, I have access to their full Monarch.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yep. So all my tax advisory clients and my gold level subscription clients, they want to share that with me. They get free Monarch.
I don't think I'd want to do that. I don't think
No?
I'd want to give you that information, even as my tax like all of that, all the time, real time. That feels big brothery. Anyway, go on.
I am a big brother. What can I say? No, actually, I'm a little brother. There's never been a doubt. Last question. Perfect SAT score. My favorite clip so far. Kirstin struggling to find the answer given to her 20 seconds earlier, 1600.
Did I get okay? I was like, did I get the right answer? I mean,
No accounting merit on this question, but I just wanted to be amused. I had anecdotes I wanted to go down, but we are already at time. So, you guys, 6 out of 10, not bad. I'm impressed. And now, the winner of the week.
So one more thing before we wrap up the show, please allow me to get down on one knee here and ask our extremely valued guest, Kirstin Reeder, will you please fill in for me as our guest host when I am gone later this year on an international trip?
Ooh, that'd be so fun. What does Tyler say about it, though?
Yeah, I know. Notice Jeremy's the one doing the asking, but I'm the one that has to put up with it.
Right?
Notice, like my wife, she didn't really answer the question. Nervous. Come on, what is it?
Yes, I'd love to. Super fun.
All right, very much appreciated. Now hit it. All right, let's start with our loser of the week. I saw this that I'm just going to say people are loser of the week. Recent article came out that the Internal Revenue Service has hit taxpayers with over 162 million in penalties for claiming fraudulent tax credits that they heard about through social media.
Wow.
Maybe find a reputable tax person and take their advice. Don't go on TikTok and take the latest craze to think you can take a tax deduction on it. Ugh, no good.
Wow. I just love the clip we're going to have of Jeremy says people are the losers. Just people.
Some people. All right. And then winner of the week, I'm going to say Kirstin. She gets to hang out with Tyler for a few weeks while I'm gone. How much more of a winner could you be?
Well done. Jeremy, I don't know if you saw, but I don't know if one of us had to pay a lot of money, but we actually got a good review on Apple Podcasts. Dare I censor it a little, but oh my goodness. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Entertaining. I'm hooked on UnAccountable. I found exactly what I was looking for after growing weary of the accounting podcast. UnAccountable delivers thoughtful insights, rapid-fire discussion, and genuine entertainment. Tyler and Jeremy share practical tips that have made a real difference in my business by adopting the product recommendations they rave about. I'm a huge Guru fan now. I've slashed $7,000 from my monthly expenses, and thanks to episode 55, I finally tackled my long overdue client proposal and contract overhaul. When they pointed out critical omissions in my terms and conditions, it lit a fire under me, and the project is now complete. Keep the episodes coming. UnAccountable is exactly what the accounting world needs. That's real, Jeremy.
Oh, thank you, whoever you are. Wow.
Yes, thank you, Rachel Lacalina. Sorry if I butchered your name. So, real reviews, backhanded 5-star reviews, either or. We'd love to see them. Head on over to Podchaser or Apple Podcast or any of them. Leave us a review. And until next week, Jeremy and Kirstin, I'm sure I'll talk to you soon in Marco Polo. We'll see you there.
Sounds good. Thanks, Kirstin, for being here.
Thanks. I enjoyed it.
Let's be honest, most of us didn't become bookkeepers or accountants to spend hours learning marketing systems and chasing leads. Heck, some of us became accountants because we didn't want to talk to people. We did it also to serve clients and build businesses we love. But what if you could get better clients without the marketing overwhelm? Well, that's exactly what Keepful does. It's an all-in-one marketing system built specifically for bookkeepers and accountants. And it works 24/7 behind the scenes to bring in leads, book consultations, and automate follow-ups. You get a professional website, branded consultation page, and follow-up automations all tailored to your business. No more duct taping tools together or hiring expensive marketing teams. If you want to grow your firm with ease and attract better clients without doing more work, go check out Keepful today at keepful.com or follow the link in the show notes to give us a little bit of extra credit with the folks over at Keepful.